Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, viewers. This is Aijaz Qureshi, your host, all the way from Toronto, Canada, with today's episode of the Aijaz Qureshi Show. Today, very interesting topic we brought for you. I've been working with this esteemed guest for a long time, and we had to bring her to talk about the labor laws and practices and legislation. What's going on with the labor? Why the human rights are being violated legislatively and things like that. So today's topic is very interesting. It's a violation of human rights in Pakistan. What's going on about it, and what should we do, and what are we doing right now, and how it can be made better, and unfair and abusive practices of labor in Pakistan, and what's going on about it. Very interesting topic. You guys are with us. Stay with us. Today, our esteemed guest is Samra Athar Kakakhel. She's all the way from Islamabad, Pakistan. She's parliamentary officer at the government of Pakistan. She is working on policies and agenda, and she's an influencer and lobbyist at the Parliament of Pakistan, all the way from Islamabad. Let's welcome our guest. Assalamu alaikum, Samra. Welcome to the show.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu
Walaikum
alaikum. Thank you for giving me an opportunity over here on your show, and I'm glad to see you after such a long time.
After a long time, yes. And I still remember we scheduled something and we couldn't do it because of my travel. I apologize publicly now. Thank you so much for coming
Oh,
here.
thank you,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Nadeem Ahmed Gujar is with us saying Assalamu alaikum, sir. Walaikum assalam. Thank you so much for being with us, my friend. Appreciate it. Okay. So before we head into the show, Samra, can we take you back to your childhood? What is the first memory from your childhood? 5, 6 year old, 7 year old, maybe. What do you recall?
Ah, the lot of memories with my family, with my parents, and with
Yeah.
my late grandmother.
Uh-huh.
But I
What do you
remember
recall? What do
it
you
when.
remember? What is the first memory that comes to your mind?
I will share that. That is so very, I mean, I don't know, it is a very cherished moment for me. My father used to come back from his office, and I used to ride on him, and he was that tired, and he used to tell me that, okay, instead of
Uh,
giving me some relaxation time, you are going to, I mean, sitting up on me and you want to
uh,
play with me. And I
uh,
used to, after him, that let's go outside. Like bring me some sweets, and
oh,
now this
wow.
is the time to go out, and I
Wow.
used to push him, and he poor go for the sake of me to
Oh,
that we go out and spend like a good evening
oh,
with me after
oh,
my school
wow.
time. So that
Wow.
is very cherishable.
What a father you have, mashallah. And it's really amazing that how these fathers who really don't care about themselves, but they care about the family. So hats off to him. So
True,
thank you so much. Were you an
true.
introvert
Thanks.
or extrovert as a child?
Well, from my childhood, I'm an introvert.
And now you're completely opposite to it. And now you're an extrovert. You're expressing lots of
Uh,
things, and you're working with the president of Pakistan directly hand in hand, and which is really amazing. How did that transformation happen, Samra?
I was the most shy person at my home, and I used to having a fear from, I mean, every little thing. But at
Wow.
some time, in life, there are so many stages coming in one lives, which bring a lot of positive chances. One, and sometimes I'm thinking that whatever happened in one life or anyone life, so it's something for good, which bring you toward the positive chances. And
Absolutely.
I'm blessed. Like there are little up and downs in one life, but the trauma which I held, I'll not discuss about that, but through which I've been. So I think today, wherever I'm standing, it's because of all that happened, an incident, and the support of my family and parents. So I think I'm happy. I'm happy. Whatever happened, it could for, I mean, some good reason.
Everything happens for a good reason.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
which
So
bring a
thank you
lot
so
of
much.
confidence in me. Today, I'm like living independent life, and
Yeah,
I'm supporting myself, and whatever I want, I can go and I even complete my
and
studies
do.
after.
Yeah,
I mean, so
exactly.
many things, and yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So this must be exciting for you. Awesome. So let's dig into the show now. The topic is violation of human rights in Pakistan. So, what do you see as an expert, as a lobbyist, working hand in hand with the government? And it's amazing what you're doing right now. So, what do you see? What are the issues that you see in our labor laws?
Sorry, your voice is interrupting. Can you repeat
Okay.
your question again?
Yes. So I'm saying that you're working now on the labor issues and labor laws and things like that. What do you see where the violation is happening as far as the labor is concerned in Pakistan?
Let me tell you first that there are so many crises going on in Pakistan, and it's not only the one crisis in which we are going to highlight. But the time I was really I really wanted in my I mean from the beginning that I should do something for the human rights, and I should raise voice for the human right issues in future. And the time when I was getting the project on human rights, like in terms of labor right issues, so I got so excited that today my dream come true, and I got an opportunity to work on the labor right issues, and I can raise voice for the human right violation. So if you see, they're like everybody these days talking about the democratic socialism in Pakistan, which is giving rise to the inequality, and there are so many. I mean, like. Violation of human rights going on in Pakistan. But when it comes to, I mean, the employment sector, and you see that, okay, the management and the big companies, they are abusing the labor rights. Like labor rights, I will characterize that they are not getting the minimum wage. I'm talking about the lower staff who is engaged into the labors, and those employees who don't know
Blue
that
collar blue
what they're.
collar workers.
Exactly, exactly. Even I've seen that there are like so many laborers, even they don't know about their minimum wage, and they are keep working on it, and
Is there
they like.
something a minimum wage prescribed by the legislation, suggested by the legislation? Like here in Canada, we have minimum wage.
Uh-huh.
Nobody can hire anybody below that rate. If that person goes and tells the government, they will seize their business license and they will be out of business just like that. So
Yeah,
there is a
but there are no
minimum
such
wage. But in
concept.
Pakistan, I did not know myself. I did not know that there is a minimum wage. To be honest, yeah.
There is, but nobody is like, focusing on it, and nobody's taking it seriously. And the
Okay.
people are even getting lower than their minimum wage. Like right now in 2019, the minimum wage is around 17,000 plus. It's kind of in between like 17 to 18,000. But I've
Okay.
seen many people, the third party contractor, they are getting less than their minimum wage. And if you see like the agencies on which the third party contract is going on, I mean the hiring through the third party contract. So you know how they are getting around 12,000, and in that 12,200 is the commission of the agency, and the rest they are getting like around 10,000, and that
Oh
there's
my.
like a lot of
Nothing.
deduction around some 7 to 800. And like even they're not unable to like even survive on it, and the expenses here in the
Yeah.
Pakistan, it's getting like more higher day by day. And if you know, Pakistan is like surplus. There's so much employment,
True. True.
and
I
there
know.
irregularity in the employment, and but still people and the I mean the poor laborers and the workers still they are agree for even getting like less than their minimum wage because of the employment irregularity, and there are no check and balance on our laws and policies which need to
So
be implemented.
who should be, you think, responsible to implement the minimum wage policy across the board in the country? Is it the provincial government's responsibility? Is it the federal government responsibility? Establishment whose responsibility is that? That legislation
uh,
of minimum wage exists in Pakistan. But what about the
uh,
implementation?
Mhm. There are a lot of gaps you will find out here in Pakistan, but I will say that the state and the business sectors are responsible for it. It is the state duty to protect their citizen from the third abusive party, and I will consider the
Absolutely.
third abusive party the business sector. That
True.
they are violating the human rights, and inside their company organization where the labor are working for them,
Mm,
and they are running all the activities and their business activities. They're not respecting them. I mean,
true.
they're violating their respect, and they're violating their human right, and they don't care about them. While and everywhere, not only here in Pakistan, but even in other developed countries, labor is considered the backbone of the country, the development growth.
Right.
And here people are taking them as a for granted, and there's nobody who can raise voice for them. But if we all, everybody, the business community, the chamber from the commerce, and all the relevant stakeholder and the commission and ministry, if they reunite with each other and they try to find the identify gaps, that what's going on and how we have to protect and raise voice for them. So I think this can go toward the better and a very strategic and positive way where we can implement our domestic laws along with the international obligation, in which we can go toward the positive way.
Absolutely.
Luckily, let me tell you, in the project in which I'm working, where I'm doing, like, we are implementing and strengthening the domestic law into the international obligation and international law under UN guiding principle. If we start working on it, so our country can lead toward, the better position and better way, and we
Absolutely.
can increase the development growth of our country.
Absolutely. I
So there are like so many unemployment it can merge, toward the positive, and like many people and the poor people and the laborers, they can get their, the proper right, the labor rights, in which like there are so many exploitation is going on, it can be stopped.
right. Right.
There's a very interesting project. This, as I mentioned, that the UN guiding principles. There is a project. It's unanimously endorsed by one professor, Dr. Ruggie, who is the professor of the Harvard University. So he endorsed this one plan for all over in the country, in different countries, and so many countries they are implementing that. And yet, like, we also trying our level best to raise voice for the labor rights, and we should implement this as well in our country for, the um, to improve all the labor policies practices and to give strength to the Pakistan constituency as well.
Right. Right. Some comments here. Nadeem Ahmed Gujjar is saying Assalamu alaikum, sir. Wa alaikum assalam. Waid Ahmed saying Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Waid Ahmed is sending two flowers, one for you, Samra, one for me. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, so sweet of him.
And Tafsiruddin Bhai is from Ottawa, our capital here in Canada, saying Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you so much. Shaban al Mozum is my friend from Karachi all the way. He's saying great featuring Aijaz Sahab upon violation of human rights in Pakistan. Absolutely, we have to talk about it. And it's very sad to see these violations continuing. My question is, like, how long we will remain a third world? I have been hearing that for a long time, and I hope to see something happening and moving at least to the second world from the third world. But I'm not sure where are we going. What are we doing about it? So thank you so much for your appreciation, Shaban al Mazam Saab. Osama Butt is saying hello, sir. Hello, how are you? Osama Butt is saying, sir, I have a question. In our country, feminist is equal to men, or true or right? Please ask the question. Um, I'm not sure if I got that question right. Do you get it,
Well,
Samar?
let me tell you, let me answer to the Osama Bird. Um, he mentioned about that the question is concerned on, and is our country feminist is equal to men. When it comes to opportunity, where the men, both men and women, both are, like, equally educated, and they are
Mm,
working in the same place.
mm,
And if you see that, mostly I've seen that, okay, the women are deprived from, if you see, they're like, let me tell you in the, simple word, there is a gender pay gap in Pakistan,
mm,
where the men are getting more pay than women, and the women are considered very, weak and very low as compared to the men. So this is something not. There should be work out on it as well, which we are doing, and we are trying our level best to raise, voice for this issue as well, and to identify these gaps. And the opportunity, if you see, like, okay, if both men and women they are working in one organization and they are having same experience and they are having a same position, so I think they should bet equal pay. There should be no discrimination in that. It's all
Not
the
at all.
exploitation of the human rights.
That's
So
right.
this is also the part of this thing. And for this, the business sector and state are like responsible for this. That they should like revise their old policy, and they should consider both men and women equal in terms of this employment.
Right. And here in North America and Europe and Far East and Australia, New Zealand, Africa, they're all these laws are equal. I mean, here in Canada, those laws are made and they are applied equally on men and women. There is no gender
This,
discrimination or differences at all, of whatever kind. Wade Ahmed is asking a question: how can we stop human right violation about special persons as well in normal persons? So, Wade Ahmed is a father of a special child, Taqwa Ahmed, and so he's asking from that perspective that there are some human rights violation with special persons, and as you said, everybody else. What can be done? How can they be stopped?
all right. First of all, like I would like to know that, like, how
What
old is
kind
his.
of violation? Yes. Yeah.
Exactly, and I would like to know about the violation. Status that where exactly he want to know, and the age of his child. Is he a working person, or is he a kid, and is he a school going? He or she.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
like I can answer him. But
Okay.
there is like a law and policies for the disabled person, whether he's a working woman, a working person, he or she, or whether he or she is a school going. There is a specific law and they are having a right to do their work, a job, and they can study as like an other knowledge, and they should be treated like more on special way than other normal people.
Okay. Thank you so much. So if you can write more weights up, then Samra will be able to answer. Thank you so much. Somebody saying gender human rights violate in Islamophobia. Um, I don't know. We don't talk religion at all in my show, so I would pass this question because it has to talk about the religion, and my show doesn't talk about politics and all those kind of things. So I'll stay away from that. Thank you so much for asking that question, though. Salman Ahmed is my friend from Toronto here, and he's saying, "What is the scope of her project? Is it already kicked off? Which region they are covering? And so it's all about you, Samra."
This project is having a very good scope. Luckily, this is going to launch in the month of December 2019, because I added so much capacity building with our state. All the legislature and commissions and Ministry of Human Rights and all the different ministries who are engaged and who are responsible for this all, and who are like these all things are added already in their mandate. So
Mm,
luckily, Ministry of Human Right, they are going to launch this National Action Plan on Business and Human Right after like my me and my team 3 years.
of working.
This working and efforts,
Yeah.
and everybody's now talking about National Action Plan on Business and Human Right. Like, okay, let's work for it. Let's raise voice for the labor issues, and let's cover this thing, because there are so many things. And if you see like many people, they're educated and they're like working people, and they know they should know about the know-how of the their employment, that what are the basic and fundamental rights of the employer, workers, and the labor. So now everybody is like talking about this thing, that okay, this is something better where we can raise our voice for this all issues. So there is scope. I will answer that, okay, there is scope of this project because Ministry of Human Right said that, okay, it's a mandate of the human right, and it's not only on I mean national, on federal level, but it's also going to launch in the provincial level as well.
Good. Very good. Thank you so much for that detailed answer. Shaban al Mazam is saying, you're welcome, gentlemen. Thank you so much for hopping on the show. And Osama Butt is saying, thanks, ma'am. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So, going back to the topic, you said there are violation of human rights. Can we cite some examples? What have you seen happening apart from the wages? Apart
Mhm.
from the wages, are there any other violation of human rights is happening in Pakistan?
Yeah, I witnessed. I visited so many industries and factories where I will not mention the name of those. I
No,
mean,
we
creamy
can't mention.
industry of Pakistan, which is
Mm,
running in Pakistan. Some of them are very good because I have checked their, their SHE and I mean their health safety environment. But
mhm,
like a few factories I visited, and where I saw the laborers, even they were like. The way they were treated by the company and management, like I'm unable to speak even over here. Like there were no safety measure for them,
mm.
and but some like there were so many dangerous factory which I went there and I've seen on my own naked eye that they were standing without the gloves, without wearing any, I mean, safety measure, and they were working in that and hours with the overtime. This is also one of the violation of the human rights.
True, true.
Beside that, in Karachi, I went to one factory and I met one of the girl, like she was among the laborers. She said that one of my friend has been fired just for this purpose, that she was ill and she fulfilled the requirements of their application medical leave. And the next day and 2 days after that, when she came back, so they said to her that you are fired
Yeah.
because she was on the contractual level, and she was on the contractual level. And I've seen in many factories and industries that there is no even, they are like lake, and they're like absence of the written contract letter that when they are
Mm,
hired, so they're not
yeah.
giving even the contract letter to
It's
them
all
when they're
verbal,
hired.
exactly. So they're
Yeah,
they're, they're
all
not
verbal.
committed. They can't. Labor cannot prove anything that okay, we agreed to this rate. They have no idea what rate they will be given, what facilities they will be provided with. You know.
Exactly. So our Pakistan labor market, it's going very low and down because there is no specific monitoring system here.
True.
And I have seen in Punjab, like there was a woman, there were a few women, and they said that okay, in the informal sector and the formal sector, both like formal sector, informal sector, like I mean those employee and laborers who are involved in agriculture, bricklaying, and other informal activities where they're working, even they don't know about their labor rights. So they're working, and when it comes to, I mean, like. The overtime, and they say that okay, it's like getting late, we are going home, our husbands are waiting for us, and our kids are like, they're small, and like we need to take care of them. And when they are, so then they are like forced to wear the labor. And I've seen that okay, they are harassed by the management as well, verbally and physically, and it's come
Wow.
under the sexual harassment,
Yeah.
which is the violation of the rules.
Yeah. That's bad. And especially, I have come across. I've done some shows on women empowerment and things like that. When it comes to hiring,
Hmm.
women unfortunately are not getting hired or even considered for the position because they say, okay, the single women, they would say, okay, you will get married and you will disappear. So we spend on your training, etc. And after marriage, who knows, you will be allowed to work or not. And so
Exactly.
they don't hire. They simply excuse. Or if she's a married woman, they don't hire because that okay, we don't know when you will be expecting, and you will be disappearing for a year or whatever. So there is no concept
Exactly.
of maternity leave or maternal leave. There is no such concept at all. Here we
Exactly.
even have
Exactly.
paternal leave. Father
Yeah.
can take paternal leave from the work, and the
Hmm.
employer is bound to give. If the employee asks for paternal leave, the company is bound to give him paternal leave.
Exactly. This concept is not introduced yet in Pakistan, but we are trying like to introduce this under the, I mean, international law and obligation to it. But like first, the fundamental right of the labor, where the maternity leave is coming under this policies. I think they should first give this right to the women who is working women, and in case she need in future, I mean, the maternity leave. So even they are not getting this right. So how about I think the paternal will be quite
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah. Now, I think if a woman applies for a position and she is refused just because she is married, and will have a paternity maternity leave later on,
Mhm.
or if a single woman being declined just because that she will get married and she will disappear, those companies license business license should be canceled if
Cancel, exactly.
that report is made and investigated and things like that properly, and
Hmm.
if the incident is verified that yes, that incident happened, I think the
Hmm.
business license should be canceled. And if this
Yeah,
thing
it should
happens
be.
in few companies, definitely everybody else will start respecting the law, and there would be a lot more opportunities for women than what there are today.
True, true. I agree with your point. So this would be the main example for them.
Exactly. Let's take some more comments.
Sure.
A friend, Rashid Mahar, is saying, great, thank you so much. And he's understanding it. Sacha, thank you. Sania Athar is smiling. Thank you so much, Sania. Appreciate it. Um, Wahid Ahmed Khan is saying, we don't have enough rights for a special person in every walk of life. So the society, I have seen this, Samra.
Hmm.
A special bus in Lahore, especially, there is a special bus that runs for only for people with disabilities, PWDs.
Hmm.
And I have seen the girl in the wheelchair, okay, waving
Hmm.
a stop sign to the bus,
Hmm.
and that bus is only made for the people with disabilities, PWDs, and that bus would not stop to take her.
Okay, okay. Well, I do notice this thing, but if it's something like this, so I think it's a good thing.
So I think it's really the buses are, if they are dedicated for the people with disabilities, they should really respect those people because they have to get from point A to point B as anybody else. And we should be respecting those people with the special needs and special care. And we should really give them more, I would say, leeway than we do to other able people, you know. So,
Mm.
yeah, no, I agree with Wahid Saab that, yeah, there are not enough human rights for special people. We don't build ramps, we build barriers for them. We build the stairs. We don't have a special elevators to accommodate these people with disabilities. And so I think there is a lot more work that need to be done for PWDs in Pakistan, I'm sure.
True. Uh-huh.
Thank you so much
I
for your
agree
comment.
with you.
Yeah. Somebody saying, what forms of violence against women? Um, so I cited an example against violence is something that we are not discussing here. But again, there are so many things happening with women. Workplace harassment is happening. They are not
Yeah, there are
being
so
given the
many
job.
women.
So many violence
Women,
against women are being
those
done.
working women are mostly like they're facing the challenging
Yeah,
challenges and I mean a different way and step of life,
yeah,
and including all I mean the working sector as well, and they are
absolutely.
like pushing them, and if even if she is not agree for anything like that, so I've seen that even they are going to fire and
Yeah,
terminated their contract
yeah,
and like creating other issues. So this can be, and we can take this on this question too, and that way
yeah,
at what exactly he asked for. This is the
yeah,
answer for that
yeah.
question.
And especially the sexual harassment is on top. Uh,
Hmm.
it doesn't matter if the woman is beautiful or not. The sexual harassment will be there. The people have
Exactly.
such mentality that they wouldn't let the women
Hmm.
work, you know. And women
Exactly.
are exactly the same worker as we are, as men are. But again, if she smiles at somebody, they would think that, okay, now it's my time to progress further. You know,
Yeah, and they will
I
take
mean,
her
come
for
on. I
granted.
mean, if she's smiling
Exactly.
at you, that doesn't mean that she wants to, have some sort of
Negative
unhealthy
vibes and
relationship with you.
everything. Yeah,
Exactly, exactly.
exactly. So these people, I don't know why, but like they need to change their, I mean, their mentality and their psyche toward the women if they are coming out. So it doesn't mean that okay, they're going to please any other men or like
No, not
I
at
mean,
all.
of
Not
course,
at all.
women want to
Yeah,
go ahead as well as same like I mean the men. And they want to do something as well. So now we are not living in this is the 21st century. We are not living in that era where
yeah,
women used to be deprived from their right and she used to sit at home.
that's right. That's right. And if they're wearing prettier dresses and nice dresses, they're not for you.
They're
They're
not for
for
you. And
them.
sometimes they became
Exactly.
for judgmental that okay, the way she was
Exactly. Yeah.
dressing up
Oh,
is
she's
something
wearing
like
jeans and
carrying something.
a t-shirt. That means that she is like open for anything? No, of course not. And come on.
Uh, So if they change their this judgmental psyche, so I think they can get a beautiful heaven on this earth.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Suleiman Ahmed is saying great and giving thumbs up. Thank you so much, Suleiman Saab, for hopping on the show and giving us the encouragement. Appreciate it. Salman Ahmed from Toronto is saying, agree with you. I took parental leave for 17 weeks with full salary. It is a must have right for workforce. Sir, we are working here in Pakistan to give maternal leave to the mothers. And I hope this thing happens in Pakistan as well, that paternal leave policy be implemented. But that's a long way to go. And I hope the maternal leave becomes legalized, and there should be a legislation that the employer cannot discriminate women if they are single or they are married and having baby. So
Mhm.
there should be no discrimination based on these two factors as they're happening today.
True, true.
Usama Butt is saying how we promote education, training, and professional development for women. That's a good question. I like that.
Yeah, that can be done. That can be done through different educate. There are like so many projects on, I mean, the women empowerment. So we should aware, I mean, all those women and all those people about and to do their capacity building about the importance of, I mean, education. That what is the benefit of education? It's not only for the purpose of earning, but it that like you can aware from so many different things. I mean, you can tomorrow stand for your rights and to raise voice for your rights if even somebody is going to violate your the fundamental rights of your life. So
Awesome.
it's all can be done through the capacity building, and there should be some trainings regarding I mean the education and some awareness program and some orientation sessions, some lobbying and consultation session where we can like educate other people.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much for that response. Honey Manha is saying, agree with you. Thank you so much, Honey, for your comment. Appreciate it. Somebody saying, good job done, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Wahid Ahmed is saying, it's humble request to please raise voice for actual rights for special persons like Taqwa Ahmed, especially for schooling and the health sector. Taqwa is a girl, I think she's now 11 years old, or 12 maybe. She's a very small and she's a motivational speaker. She's a great person, very nice person, mashallah. And I pray for her health. And I completely agree that we have to raise voice, we have to raise awareness about the rights of the special people in our society. Um, Sanya Athar is saying, I too agree. Thank you so much. Thumbs up and a smiley. And thank you so much for that smiley. I don't know what that last smiley mean, but I'm sure it means something good. Thank you so
It's a
much.
sign of joy and happiness.
Yeah, I know, I know. Thank you so much. Yes. Ibadullah is saying, I'm very glad to see TV. Stay happy. Samra, thank you so much. Appreciate it, Ibadullah Saab. Thank you so much for hopping on the show. Really appreciate it. Tafsiruddin Bhai from all the way from Ottawa, Canada, is saying we can help in increasing employment by giving them technology skills through our Al Nafi project. Absolutely. And Pakistan Development
All right.
Program is one of those projects that is not making any discrimination based on gender, ability, disability, religion, race, anything of that sort. So thank you so much for that comment. Mr. Abadullah is saying, I'm glad to see Samra on your channel. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you hopping on the show and enjoying the show. So thank you so much for that. Samra, we have talked so much. Anything else you want to add to the topic?
There are like so many, like if you see the casualty rate is getting so much higher day by day in Pakistan. I will
Hmm.
share like the few incident which took place in 2016. There was the Gadani breakdown
Sure.
yard in Balochistan, where
Hmm.
like so many people lost their lives, more than 100 200 people they found dead in that because it's a lake and the absence of the health and safety measurement provided by the management. And same, there was another case, the oil tanker which split, and there was explosion of that oil tanker. I guess it was, as far I remember, it was PSO, and this that the oil tanker which was leading toward the Bahawalpur, that due to the explosion, the oil tanker that got exploded, and more than 2 to 300 people they died due to that incident, and where nobody raised the voice for it. For
Yeah,
this, the
nobody,
state is
exactly.
responsible.
Nobody raised the voice
uh,
for those deceased people at all. Nothing.
exactly, there will be so many laborers among that, and there will be so many other people who lose their lives, and there will be so much like working hands for
They would
their
have been
family.
supporting so many family members at the back,
Exactly, and
and
kids and
now
all that,
suddenly
but nothing
they
happened. What
nothing.
happened that the Ogra imposed fine on that, just 2.5 million to shut their mouth, and
That's it.
nothing at the end
That's
of
it.
the day.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
And
bad.
beside that, there was another like incident as well in Karachi. It was I don't remember exactly which year it was, of that Baldia factory fire, in which like more than 400 people they lost their lives, and all like around 80% were like on the verbal contractor, and like nobody gave them any benefit.
That's bad.
So
That's
for
bad.
this, like I'll be blaming the state. They should take, I mean, action regarding this issue, and they should push to the business sector that they should improve the policy, and they should work on it, and try to strengthen their policy toward the labor rights.
Now, the
That's why we
enforcement
are.
is something, Samra. Sorry to interrupt you. The
Okay.
enforcement is something that I see lacking. I was on a TV show recently in Karachi, and where the mayor of Karachi said that people are encroaching and he doesn't have powers and things like that. And I said, where is the enforcement? Where is the law? Why the law is not being enforced by the right people at the right time? Why the bribery is taking so much space in our society? Why not the salaries are increased to a level where these people they do not have to take bribe and things like that. So I mean,
Exactly.
everybody is complaining about the law not being implemented or discriminations and discrepancies and all those kind of things. Who is responsible for not implementing the law? Isn't the state responsible to make it happen?
There was some like I couldn't hear you properly, but I'll answer you. The state is responsible for this all, because like they're supposed to protect their citizen from the violations,
Exactly.
and when it comes to the policies, and I mean the rights. So they should focus, and they should strengthen all those policies and law, because like due to them there is so much weak implementation in Pakistan, where like the the labor condition is getting worse day by day, and the labor rights are like also deprived, and they are not getting, I mean, a complete right, and wherever they're working in industry, factories, or any other sector. So for that, like we will blame this. That's why we introduced this plan. Let me tell you about the plan on which we are working. It's
Yeah,
so
sure. Please do. Please,
national
yeah, let's
action plan.
explore that plan a little bit more.
Yeah, National Action Plan implementation on under the UN Guiding Principle on Business and Human Right. It contain on three pillars,
Now, let me
and
ask you this before we get into the details. Is it
all right.
aligned with SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, that the UN, those 17 goals that the UN has proposed for the entire world?
SDG Task Force, this is something else. But, as you know, that Pakistan is luckily the signatory of UN treaty body,
Yes,
and it's ratified by the ILO convention as well. And
yes.
Pakistan, the government of Pakistan, is also the signatory and party 7 out of 9 convention of the UN treaty bodies as well. So that's why they're able to go at any time to apply all the international laws on the relevant conventions if they want to. And it's like it's all about the UN guiding principle. UN
Hmm.
guiding principle is like connected to the UDHR, Universal Declaration of the Human Rights, where there are
Hmm.
so many other human rights goals are coming under it. So this plan, the plan which I'm talking right now about for this labor issues and the human right related to the work employee and the workers, its name is the National Action Plan on Business and Human Rights. For the first time, we are implementing this in Pakistan, and it's all about this thing. Let me tell you that how we categorize this plan. It's based on three pillars: protect, respect, and remedy.
Okay.
And protect, like what we are doing, that the state is responsible to protect their citizen from the third abusive party. State is on the first hierarchy, if you see. So the state is responsible of it. And
Right.
in respect, we are considering, and we are going toward the business sector and all the corporate sector, that they are responsible to respect the human right from under their organization. If they will be giving respect, so of course the state will be going to protect them as well. Then the remedy is content on the remedial and judiciary part, where there will be the proper labor tribunal courts, labor courts, and the National Commission for the Industries as well, where all the labor and the if there is any dispute between the labor and the management, so these tribunal courts and this labor court, they will be going to tackle the issue. So these three are the main things, like they have to look into all the matters if they're going to implement tomorrow, in future in Pakistan.
Awesome. Awesome. I hope it is tomorrow. So
Hopefully, because December
hopefully.
is not that much far
No,
away, and
December is not that far. Yeah, only a few days left.
UDHR is celebrated on every 10th December, so we are trying
Yes.
our level best to launch this project to go and go
Awesome.
ahead.
Awesome. Wish you best of luck with that project. I
Thank
have
you.
some comments here. Too many comments actually.
All
Let me.
right.
I don't know where to start. Let me go back here. Um, okay. So we had this Sanya Athar saying way to go. Thank you so much. And Hafiz Muhammad Aslam is saying labor means, it's not that labor, sir. That labor means people. जो काम करने
Love,
वाले लोग हैं.
people, workers,
Government.
employees.
Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much. Asad Raza is saying, wow, much needed topic, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I think we need to talk about these things which really impact normal people life, and it's really very important to address those issues in Pakistan. Thank you so much, Asad Raza, for your comment. Hafiz Muhammad Aslam is saying Pakistani labor means, okay, we clarified that. Thank you. Pakistani labor is the workforce. जो काम करने वाले लोग हैं उनको मैं बता देता हूँ. Honey Manha is saying, keep it up, Samra Athar Kakakhel, and thumbs up. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Sana Triki is saying, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much, Sana. Appreciate it for coming on the show. And you will see Sana soon on the show. Suleiman Ahmad is saying, unluckily, the female member of our society are opting for social sciences and arts and humanities, and they aren't given sufficient opportunities in the administrative position. It's really nice watching such an encouraging talk. Now, before I take your comment, Samra, I would say that no, women are going into all different kinds of things now. Women are becoming scientists, women are becoming engineers, women are in software sciences, women are
Pilots.
into space and research and all those kind of things. Women are way ahead than what we think they are, you know. So I would partially agree that, yes, that used to be the trend, that, okay, if you're a girl, you would go and learn home economics, or if you're from a little well-off family, you would become a doctor. But now women are opting for almost pretty much every single field that men are opting for. What do you think?
Exactly.
What do you
Exactly.
think, sir?
I agree with you. We are not living in this era. If
No, we used
suppose
to, but not
we
anymore.
used to, not anymore, not anymore. I mean, like, I agree with you. If like those, I mean, families who are unable to support, I mean, their kids, I mean, like they can become engineer, a doctor. It might be lack of due to the financial crisis and crunches,
Yeah,
I can say.
yeah,
Where I guess like, but still they're trying level best to go and wherever they want and whatever like degree they want to get, and I mean up to
absolutely,
their, I mean, choice. So they are going.
absolutely. Yeah,
But if they're late and late behind, I mean, remain behind all this, so it might be due to the financial crisis. Where I don't think so that in this era like many girls are lag
yeah,
behind.
exactly. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And thank you so much for the appreciation, for the nice talk. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ishaq Ahmed saying, keep it up. Well done. Thumbs up, Samra. Thank you so much for your encouragement. Usama Butt is saying the rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened. Absolutely. Absolutely.
True, true.
I
I
would
agree with some
completely
of
agree
it.
with you on that. Yes, we are a nation. So if something happens wrong with one person, that happens. It's equal that it is happening with everyone else. Thank you so much for that comment. अजब खान is saying, समरा कैसी हैं? बिल्कुल ठीक हैं, अभी आपके सामने
I'm
बैठी
doing
हुई
good
हैं,
in front
माशाल्लाह
of
से.
you.
Thank you so much. Ajab Khan, Samra, Facebook request. Okay, thank you so much. It's individual thing. I won't bring it up. Tafsiruddin Bhai is saying, is there any mandatory group insurance for all corporations and government as employers? That's a very good question. Here, there is a workers' fund, and the companies must have certain amount, like $1 million or a few $1 million insurance from the insurance company. If something happens, an incident happens, there is a workers health and safety board here in Canada that takes
Mhm.
care of the pension and the health care, and if there is an admission required in the hospital, medicine, etc., or if a limb is gone, like a hand is cut off or something has happened, they take care of the pensions and all those kind of things. Is there such thing in Pakistan that is implemented for the corporations and uh, the uh, the industry?
Yeah, there is, maybe you heard the name of EOBI.
EOBI, Employees Old
Yeah,
Age Benefit Institution,
benefit. So they are looking
but
into
that they
all the.
deal only with the pensions. They don't deal with anything else, don't they?
Yeah, they're dealing and tackling all the issue of the pension and other recovery and stuff. The other private, I mean, the groups and insurance, like, but they are not that much active. So this is what we are working here, that we should also, like other developed countries, we should also implement and we should also introduce those insurance group as well in Pakistan to, I
Absolutely,
mean, for the benefit
absolutely,
of our employee and laborers.
absolutely. That's great. Thank you so much for that comment. Mir Sheh Mazar Baloch Saab is saying implementation is executive responsibility and oversight is the responsibility of the parliament. Well done, Samra. Thank you so much for your comments. Anything you want to say in response?
I will say that he's actually my boss and my line manager. All the credit goes to him. Today, whatever I am, it's because of Mirsha Mazar Lodge.
Thank you
So
so much, Mr. Mir Sheh Mazar Baloch. Thank you so much. I really appreciate coming on to the show and appreciating Samra Athar Kakakhel. It's really amazing. So thank you so much for those comments and clarifying whose responsibility is what. Chaudhry Muhammad Hamza is with us. He's saying, Assalamu alaikum. There are rights and law for every person, but there is no implementation. Yeah, we talked about, the enforcement. The enforcement
because
is not happening. That's the
yeah,
portion I see missing. And it's in pretty much every field. The only implementation and enforcement I see is in PTA. That
yeah.
if I bring a phone from Toronto to Karachi or Pakistan, I have to pay 30,000 rupees to get my SIM card activated. That's what is happening. I noticed that, and
True.
I wrote about it.
Agree.
But
Yeah,
in
I agree
other
that.
aspects, I think we should be really implementing those legislation and laws and everything. I think implementation is
Yeah,
mandatory. Absolutely, I agree. In majority cases, he she can't report for injustice because of our poor law system. I think every incident should be reported. To me, no matter big or small, every incident should be,
reported
reported
timely.
and let the law system improve. And
Mhm.
there are some discrepancies in the law system as well. We are not talking about the law or enforcement here today, but again, we're talking mainly about the labor. But maybe
Mhm.
someday with Samra, we'll talk about the law system as well.
Sure,
Um,
sure.
yeah. So, any response you would say anything
Yeah,
to
that's what
Hamza?
we are trying to tell that the Pakistan implementation, I mean, is very weak, and there are no strategic and I mean guidelines for, I mean, the implementation. This is what we are working on, and we are trying to level the best to strategically tackle all the issues and work on it for, I mean, our future benefit.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that response. Osama Qureshi is my nephew all the way from Turkey. He's saying women are having the same opportunities in every working sector now as compared to men. I'm not sure about it, Osama. Would you agree to this, Samra?
Uh, well, I can say that okay, they're having same opportunity in
They have same opportunity,
every
but they are
working, but they're
not
having, but there's no, discrimination
implementation.
when it comes to the
Yeah,
yeah opportunities.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they have the opportunities, but having opportunity doesn't mean that they will get that opportunity. Yeah, that's the
True,
problem,
true.
right?
Mhm.
So, Osama, thank you so much, my son. Appreciate it. Um, Osama, another Osama. Okay,
Mhm.
somebody is saying women are equal nowadays, but they have a majority in any field of workplace, media, place, school. Um, they're in majority, you're right, but again, they're still, and the example I quoted was from a major tier one school that a girl who was not married, unmarried girl, went, applied for a job. She was a teacher. She
Yeah,
was BSc BEd. She went to apply and she was told that no, you will get married and you will disappear. So that's why I'm sorry, we cannot give you a job.
give you the opportunity. Uh-huh. Mhm.
A married woman went for a job to a tier one school again as a teacher, and she was
Mhm.
denied because they said, okay, in few months or a year, you will have a baby or something like that, and then sorry, you will disappear. We cannot give you a job. That's rubbish.
These are the
That
hurdles. These are the
that
hurdles.
should not be happening. What a marriage has to do, a wedding has to do with the job, or what a baby has to do with the job. I mean, come on, wake up.
True.
So, thank you so much for your comment. Sorry, I get emotional on these things. uh,
I understand.
Azambar is saying, but sir, in these days, we can't have any occupation and human rights. Yeah, that's what we are trying to say here, that there are no human rights. They should be implemented. How long we will continue to be a third nation, third world country? How long?
Mhm.
We got independence in 47, and now we are in 2020 almost, and we are still third world country. Look at the other countries who got freedom around the same time as we did, and now where are they, and where are we? I mean, we should wake up. So,
Exactly.
but thank you so much for that comment. We are going to the violence of the women. We are always criticized on women. She's wrong. Absolutely. Yeah. What are we doing? Why are we doing violence against women, harassing them sexually, emotionally, economically, physically? All these things are happening in our society. That's very sad to see. What are we doing? And where are we going? Anything you would like to add, Samra?
Well, this is what we are trying to, telling, to all the people who are harassing, the women and who are not, respecting the women, especially if you see in the I mean, different industries, or whether this is a working place. So there, like, you can see a lot of harassment you'll find around the women. So we are also, this is also the part that we are going to implement on that, and we are trying to, I mean, digging out, I mean, to identify all the gaps, and what are the factors and why these things are happening. That's why we are implementing all these things to not go for it in future and further.
Exactly. Thank you so much for that response. Sambat is further saying, I have a question, sir, about international human rights law framework, human rights legal obligation on states to eliminate discrimination against women and men in all areas of their lives. Absolutely. The state is responsible to create such laws and legislation so that this discrimination, as I said, I mean, if somebody refuses to give a job to a woman just because she's not married and she will get married and disappear, or if a married woman just doesn't get a job just because she will have a baby, that's
Hmm.
rubbish. That's foolish.
That's
That
a lame
that
excuse.
employer should be penalized, and the business license should be canceled right away.
Mhm. True.
Absolutely. I completely agree. So that there should be implementation. So we'll head up to our next segment, Samra.
Mhm.
Before we do that, anything that you wanted to talk about the topic? Now we'll go off topic completely in the other segment. So this is your
Sure,
time
sure.
to add anything.
Sure, it's up to you.
I think we talked enough. It's going to be an hour, and let's play the other segment. And that segment is U and Q. U and
And
Q.
Q.
All right.
Mhm. All
So
right.
I'll in this segment there are two things. One is two questions, multiple
Mhm.
choice, and then
All right.
second is rapid fire. I'll give you 20, 25 words.
All
Whatever
right.
comes to your mind first, you will be responding to that. Okay?
All right.
So no
All right.
censor, nothing. You will just respond just like that. Okay?
Mhm. All
Ready?
right.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
So
ready.
two questions first. So consider you are um, you are acting in a film and you are a heroine in that film.
Mhm.
All right. So you have
All
been
right.
hired as a heroine,
All
and
right.
you have to choose a hero for your film, your movie. And I'll give you five choices. You have to only pick from one from this list. You cannot pick anybody else.
All
All
right.
right.
All right.
So number one is Fawad Khan. Number two is Hamza Ali Abbasi. Number three is Ahsan Khan. Number four is Imran Abbas. And number five is Faisal Qureshi.
Imran Abbas.
Imran Abbas, the beautiful one, the cutest one. Okay,
Yeah, he's so handsome and he's so
he's so
dashing
handsome.
and
Yes,
dashing, and it's
awesome,
like he's one of my favorite from so many
awesome,
years.
awesome. That's great. Thank you so much for that. Now you're in the same film, and now you have
Mhm.
to pick a side heroine that will work with you. I'll give you
All
five
right.
names, and you have to only pick from that. Uh,
Mhm.
Sanam Baloch, number two, Mavra, number three, Mahira Khan, number four, Sabah Kamar, number five, Mehvesh.
Mahra Khan.
Mahira Khan. अच्छा चलें ठीक है जी Mahira Khan. Okay, that's good. That's very good. Some more
And
comments are here, guys. I'll take your comments after this segment. So thank you so much. Hang in there. All right, rapid fire now.
sure.
So number one is home,
Home is full of peace.
full of peace. Okay. Number two is tea,
T is for relaxation.
relaxation. That's good. Uh, air,
Need.
need. Horse,
Strong.
mountain.
Best for hiking.
That's for hiking. Biryani,
Sunday.
Sunday. Every Sunday must be.
ये खाने
Sunday,
को.
Sunday is the biryani day. All right.
Yeah.
Flower,
Love and affection.
love and affection. Awesome. Spoon, chamcha.
Um, Political parties. These
All right.
days.
Friend,
A friend, supportive.
supportive. Neighbor, person,
Um, they're supportive as well.
supportive. Love,
Love. Love is life.
love is
If
life.
anybody having love in life.
Awesome, awesome. Good. The next word is owl, ullu.
Ulu ka patta. I just complete the sentence.
Whatever comes in mind, that's a game actually. That's a game that whatever comes to your mind, speak it out. Next word is donkey, gada,
Donkey. Duffer.
duffer. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, Next word is mother-in-law, sas.
Mother-in-law. 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 I would like to skip this thing.
For political reasons, you want to skip. Okay.
Kind of.
Okay. All right. Spirit, ruh.
Hi.
Hi. Very good. Seriousness, sanjeedgi.
Uh, depend upon mood.
Okay. Next word is driver,
Helping hand.
helping hand. That's good. Next word is heart, dil,
Heart. Full of up and downs.
full of up and downs. And the last word is Pakistan.
I'm telling you about the current status of the
Yeah,
heart.
I know. Exactly, I know. Up and down, yes.
Yeah.
And the final word is Pakistan.
Zindabad. I
Zindabad.
love
Thank,
Pakistan and I'm
thank you.
proud to be a Pakistani.
Thank you. So that was the segment UNQ, and when we talk so much serious, and this thing really changes the mood, and it brings us at peace and things like that. We chit chat. So that's the segment UNQ. Now let's head back to the comments. Lots of comments have been pending here, and people have been commenting. Osama Butt is saying, and the CDEW, I don't know what is that committee, 23 independent experts on women rights. Okay, it must be an abbreviation, Osama, but I would suggest to please write down what
Elaborate
is
the
this abbreviation.
because even I have no idea about this and I'm
Yeah, I
learning
don't
this.
know what is this committee, CEDEW, something to do with women, but I have no idea about it. Osama is saying, "Oh my goodness, Osama, you got serious, man.
Sama
I
Qureshi.
can't even. My face is invisible here. Okay, I'll
Okay.
read it out anyways. And Samra is totally covered by your comment. Just check the newspaper, and you will see female
Yeah,
required. Allow female required. Yeah, in those advertisements they say female required. In the
yeah.
job description, I'm talking about Pakistan. I have a lot of friends from computer science industry, and they are equally treated like men. Women are having the same opportunities and availing those opportunities as well. Maybe few of them faced bad luck, but not everyone is unlucky. That thank you so much. Unlike that,
Uh-huh.
yeah, we had to do like this, and it was
Yeah,
a big.
I was just like exposing myself that yeah, I'm here.
So in computer science, I think maybe the girls are lucky that because of the lack of the workforce in that specific field, they are giving equal opportunities. I'm not sure about that. But again, in lots of other areas, they're not given equal opportunities, unfortunately, and that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, I've seen like many, I mean, the development sector, they are providing the opportunities and they're encouraging all the females to go for it. And that's the reason, like they want to see the women empowerment. But when it comes to the pay, so then you can see the, kind of discrimination in the pay gap. and they're like the women pay is less than the men pay. So there you can see, I mean, discrimination. So in that context we talk, but if you see, there are opportunities, but when it comes to the pay, so then you can find a lot of discrimination.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. So we have some more comments. Um, so somebody saying she's not describing anything with his own letter. She is everything and nothing. I'm not sure what is this comment related to. I don't know. You have to be more explicit. Last comment for Samra Athar. Okay.
Sure.
I don't know. Honey Manha is saying this is interesting. UNQ. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for liking that segment. Lots of people like that segment, especially my guests as well, because we talk candid, we talk openly on that segment. Love for nature. Thank you so much, Sambat. We all love nature. Thank you so much. But we have to have good nature as well. That's important. That's what it counts.
Exactly.
Only if we have good nature, we'll love nature. Usama Qureshi saying, you skipped my comment. No way, man. And
Mhm.
he's saying, oh, you read now.
How are you
Thank you
right
so
now?
much. He's one of my cutest nephew. I'm proud of him. All right, Samra, we talked a lot on this topic today. Thank you so much for your time. It has been long overdue, and once again, apologies for not bringing you on to my show earlier than
Right.
this. But again, I had to travel and things like that. So I accept my apologies. What would be your final message based on the topic today?
Based on the topic, so we need to work out, and I will suggest to my viewers that they should also give some inputs. I mean, share some feedbacks regarding this thing, and how they want, from which angle they are seeing. I mean, the human right violation in Pakistan. I mean, with the topic of the unfair and abusive practice of labor. If they're having any suggestion, and if they're having anything positive where I can see, like, sometime I'm not saying that okay, I'm having a lot of knowledge, so I'm the best, but sometimes there are a lot of people there having the knowledge regarding that. There sometimes they're positive and valuable feedback can also change and provide, I mean, a lot of support to our policies and recommendation and suggestion in a way forward. So I would like to get more and more suggestion from there and as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that lovely comment. And on behalf of Dreams Television, the Aijaz Qureshi Show, myself, my entire team who helps me run this show successfully, and all the viewers who came live today, watched our show and commented, or who will be watching this show and commenting according to their time zones, thank you so much for your time today.
All right, thank you so much, and I'm once again thanking you for giving me the opportunity and to have, I mean, to express my views regarding, I mean, the work on which I'm working, and for your precious time as well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz. Have a
Allah
great day.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
All right, viewers, that was Samra Athar Kakakhel, all the way from Islamabad, Pakistan. She works at the cabinet at the government of Pakistan. Work hand in hand with the establishment and executive branch of Pakistan, government of Pakistan, and I really thank you for joining on the show and commenting, and I really uh, appreciate it. And Osama, thank you so much. Samra ma'am, thank you so much, and lovely show. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your comments. All right, it's time to say goodbye. And until next time with another great guest, I'll be back. Until then, take care of yourself and people around you. Allah Hafiz.